Hello friends, I hope you're well. Today I thought of posting an extra midweek video for you where I color and render a new little self-portrait I am making that will probably be my new profile picture on my social media. Also, because we reached 10k subscribers on this channel, we have done and created a lot during this year, and it is honestly more than I could have ever imagined. So thank you all so much for your support. I thought I could do a little bit of a recap of what it has been like to be an artist on YouTube and on social media in general, and give you my thoughts and some tips and things I've learned along the way during this year. So sit back, relax, grab a snack, and let's start drawing after we say hello to today's sponsor. Today's video was kindly sponsored by Skillshare. As you guys know by now, Skillshare has been supporting my channel and my art for a while, and I am always happy to partner with them to hopefully bring more creativity to the world. Skillshare is an online learning community full of artists and experts who share their knowledge in their in-depth curated online classes. On Skillshare, you can find classes for all your interests, including art, illustration, animation, photography, productivity, and more. All taught by amazing creative people, illustrators, graphic designers, and even successful entrepreneurs that will help build creativity and new knowledge into your life. For example, I have been following this mid-century illustration fun class by Jutta Snyder, which is completely different from my usual illustration style. Even though I have worked in art for years, I still like to see other artists share their process and methods. Remember that learning is never ending, and it is super fun to get out of your comfort zone and try new techniques to implement into your daily work. Of course, the friends at Skillshare gave us a nice deal. The first 500 people to use my link in the description or scan the QR code will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So get started today. Thank you so much to Skillshare for the support. So for today's piece, what we need to do is shading and rendering. I already did the line art, and you can watch the process on my shirt, and I also did the base colors. So we can now proceed with shading. Lately I get many questions regarding social media in general and how to become a content creator by sharing your art and the back scene of creating your art. After a full year of making videos on this channel and more than 7 years of posting on Instagram, I wanted to talk about my overall experience, what I think of my job, and how a new artist can approach it. My first advice is don't listen to people who tell you it's too late, because it is not, especially on YouTube. At first I was like, who wants to spend 20-30 minutes on a video of me drawing and talking? Then I realized that I watch many artists who bring these formats and I enjoy their content so much, so my fear made zero sense. The same way I love watching other artists drawing, there will be people who will wait for my video and for your future videos, so that is a fear you shouldn't even think about. And it is not too late to start a YouTube channel because it is a multifaceted platform. You can really do so much in here, from long to short videos, to post communities, to live streams, and it has allowed me to have a platform where I could share my art without worrying too much about algorithms and trends and stuff, you know, because from my experience at least, your videos will reach the right audience most of the times. Yes, some of your videos might get less clicks, or sometimes people don't get notified. It is kind of a bug they should fix, but overall this has been the less frustrating experience for me on social media, so yeah, I am loving YouTube so much. And if you're an artist, you should really start a channel. You don't necessarily need fancy editing or fancy equipment at the beginning. But if you really know nothing about filming, you can check out my How to Film Your Art tutorial, where I showed you how I do it on a daily basis and, you know, my simple techniques, and everything I use is very affordable, so you can start from there. As long as you have your phone camera, which today, let's be real, most of the phone cameras we have access to, even on low budget phones, are good enough to film yourself. Having a platform like this allows you to build your own space, and in today's times, sharing your art process is important and valuable, other than entertaining, of course. One challenge for me was starting a channel completely in English, which, as some of you know, some may not, it isn't actually my first language. I am Italian and I only speak Italian on a daily basis, and, well, Sicilian when I'm angry. So of course I knew English already. I always write in English on my other social media, so it made no sense for me to start a YouTube channel in Italian, because I thought otherwise people coming from my IG wouldn't understand me at all. But yes, it was a challenge because I wasn't so fluent with it and with speaking especially, and it took me a long time to record a voiceover, and I am still trying to get more fluent. I don't know if you can hear an accent in my speaking. I'm pretty sure you can if you're a native speaker. Now, of course, this was a choice I made after different considerations, and it was the best option, I believe, for me. But if you want to create a channel in your language, it is totally fine. There are many successful Italian artists, for example, that have an Italian channel and they do amazing, so it is really a preference. Of course, speaking in English will allow you to talk to our broader audience, so that is something to keep in mind. Another thing I get asked very frequently lately is, how do I start collaborating with brands as an artist/content creator on social media? Like, how do we approach this world, since we aren't influencers in a classical way, right? I have to say that for me was pretty straightforward, but I understand your question. First of all, you don't have to accept sponsorships if you don't want to, of course. It really depends on your niche and what you do. I personally said no to so many emails, you have no idea. Things that really had nothing to do with me as a person or with my content. But let's say you are an artist on social media and you really like a brand that makes, I don't know, art supplies, for example, and you would love to work with them. So what do? My suggestion is to create a nice media kit, which is just a little PDF file created by you to kinda present yourself and your platforms. It is very convenient because whether you get contacted or you contact a brand, you can simply say hi, present yourself, and then send this to them to see what you offer. In general, when you start getting followers online, chances are you will start getting emails for gifted collabs or proposals, etc. My suggestion is to keep your feet on the ground. And what do I mean by that? In a simple sentence, choose your sponsorships and brands to collab with wisely. Me, for example, you probably noticed that in all the collabs I did, I always implemented art. It is what I do. I am an artist first and foremost, and so it is crucial that if I choose to work with a brand, that brand needs to resonate with that. It is very important to ponder the things you show to your audience because the trust is extremely important. That is my only advice for this topic because it is obviously very subjective and it depends on what you want to do. But this definitely deserves a longer video, I believe, so let me know in the comments if you'd like me to go more in depth into this topic. Generally speaking, I can probably say that YouTube is currently my favorite platform on the internet. I don't know if that's a stretch, but I am enjoying it so much, both the video creation and the genuine interaction with the people. There's less rush. You know what I mean? At least under the longer videos. It is fun. It has been very fun. And changing topic, talking about art, lately I am working on a lot of traditional/mixed media pieces. Mixed media meaning I sketch traditionally and give a light wash of watercolor shading, sometimes in black and white, sometimes in colors, and then I scan it and finish the rendering digitally. I just finished these 2 drawings here that need coloring. I just scanned them and I think I will film the process for another video. To be honest, I am loving this touch of watercolor so much, and to do it I am still using the water tank brushes I showed you in a vlog months ago. If you have never tried this style of coloring, I suggest you do because it looks lovely in my opinion, and it is also so much fun to recreate. It allows you to work both traditionally and digitally, and the result is very pretty in my opinion. Another thing I am working on is, yes, a new brush set. As you can probably tell from this video, I am not using the updated Procreate 5 yet, for a simple reason. My iPad is now very old. I got this iPad Pro in 2019, so it has worked hardly for a long time now, and I am afraid an update might slow my Procreate down, which is something I cannot afford since I use this iPad for work every day. Not sure, I need to look into that because I would love to create another special effect brush set because I have some ideas, but I would love to do that with the updated interface to see what's new and the possibilities. So that is something I'm looking into. When I create brushes, I mostly do them for myself first, and then if they feel magical enough, I put them on my Ko-fi. Lately, I have started working again on a Clip Studio Paint version of my liner brush. I'm determined to make it work, so keep an eye on my platforms because I'll share it everywhere if I succeed in recreating it. I would love to know what you guys are up to at the moment. Are you thinking of starting an art channel too, or are you trying new techniques and new styles? Let me know below, don't be shy. I love to chat in the comments, and I really hope you enjoyed this video, friends. And don't worry, this was an extra, kind of a 10k subscriber special. I will still see you this Sunday with another video. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing with the bell so you get notified whenever I post, and leave a like, and I'll see you on Sunday afternoon. Take care. Bye!